more music.
Oh my god.
Here goes.
Blazing across the airwaves right now.
Get ready.
Now this is Freddie McGregor, and you're tuned into the baddest rhythm of all time.
Grant's Rock Warehouse is trying to change the world, one track at a time.
Are we on the air?
Yes, you are. More music, more of the time.
Grant's Rock Warehouse.
Don't understand what's going on here.
Welcome to Grant's Rock Warehouse and to another episode in our Ian Hunter series. Tonight, I'd like to welcome the Parish and Nick S Squire to the show. We are looking at that era, 2010 all the way up to 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to hear from you in the chat. Let's do it. The Parish and Nick S Squire.
Piling on the power chords and pure pandemonium. Grant's Rock Warehouse.
Stranger in a strange land, I feel like an alien. It's like I'm on the outside looking in. I don't seem to fit in. Maybe I'm Aladdin with a rusty lamp. A genie never stood a chance to make all my wishes come true. But here's what I when I'm president, I want a 28th amendment. When I'm president, they're like thieves on the holy road, digging up the mother lode, like pirates on the open sea, like highway robbery. Right intent when you become president. All those truths to be self-evident when you become president. But something happens to you up on the hill. It's business as usual. How do you wanna buck the system? Welcome to the pit and the pendulum. I'm gonna lean on the 1%. But when I'm president, I want a 20th amendment. When I'm president,
right, kids. Hey, welcome to the Ian Hunter series. We are in our last episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Parish. I know the Parish. We were going to have an autograph session after this show and everything. And now we can't do it because the Parish evidently can't speak. He can type. And he says, sorry, everyone, no voice for a couple of days. Mrs. Parish.
Seems very happy.
Seems very happy. But that's all right. We have Nick S Squire here. And we're going to carry on with this because we're looking at the career of Ian Hunter in the 2010s to modern day. So there's like 4 studio albums that we're going to look at. First record we just looked at was When I'm President, which was Ian Hunter and the Rant Band. I think this is fantastic. I don't think that if you've been following this series, you know there's no bad Ian Hunter. And this is another example. Anyway, I'd like to welcome Nick S Squire here tonight. He and I are doing it together. Usually we have the Parish here, but we'll be all right. Nick, how are you? Nice to see you.
I'm doing fine, Grant. How you doing? And too bad Grant wasn't here. He was Parish wasn't here. He was.
I'm really not here either, but I'm here.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
I understand. West Coast Dave, ladies and gentlemen, wishes that Ian Hunter was president. Well, yeah. And and Dan, nice to see you. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Ken, our new friend, who we had to set him straight. I don't think this album came out on vinyl. I'm not sure. In 2012, it probably did. Nick, do you know?
I have no idea. I never saw it on vinyl. Didn't know it on vinyl. When I had to order it, it was CD. So
right.
If there is vinyl, great. I mean, this was on. If you look, this is on. Never even heard of them before.
Slim
Style Records, under license. So,
yeah, that's what it came out here in the States. Overseas, it was on a different label.
Okay.
But that's what it came out here. Anyway, yeah. I talk about an independent label. There you go.
Yeah. In 2012, I mean, that would have been at the real front end of that vinyl stuff. So I would be surprised if it was on vinyl.
Yeah. God, I can't keep up with the chat. Everybody's wishing the Parish well.
Well, of course.
I mean, Ken saying, "Hey, Parish, get to feeling better." I know I mean, Nick and I can handle it, but he left us high and dry.
Hey, he's an important part. He's an important.
I mean, we'll do it.
Cog in the wheel.
We'll do it, Parish, but
it's not the same.
It's not quite the
same.
I don't know what are you talking about, Dan? I can't vote for Grant. What? That doesn't sound very supportive. Oh,
wrong country.
Oh, yeah, you can't vote for me. Anyway, so this record, When I'm President, came out on Slim Style in 2012. Ian Hunter and the Rant Band. I'm going to throw it over to Mr. Squire and say, what's your thoughts on this record? And anybody in the chat, you know how we do this. We keep this interactive. We have 4 records to look at. Let me know what you think, and I guess we can take... Yeah, we're fine. If you want to rate this record out of 10, I will compile it. Anyway, Nick, what's your thoughts on this record, Ian Hunter and the Rant Band?
This album continues that formula that I think was laid out by the Rant album back in 2001. You've got a solid band, and in this case, it's that touring band, which is really good, and it's a really good group of musicians. So they're on all the tracks, which I like, because I think there's something to be said for recording with a band that sort of was on tour with you, that kind of know all your moves. You've got Andy York is again co-producing. It's that same formula, which is good. And song-wise, I think there are no clinkers. You know, I think Ian has this sort of like he's settled into this sort of style presentation. You know, this is not like all the good ones are taken, which is sort of like way out there with electronics or new wave with short back and side. So like this is sort of the template that he's been following and will continue to follow. So, you know, for me, there's a certain high level of songwriting here that he doesn't really deviate from that much, which is maybe a good thing. And so, you know, because there's no real clunkers, and there's a lot of consistency. There's a couple high points, but they're all pretty good. I like the title track "When I'm President." It was a good one. I like the song "Black Tears." That's got some really great guitar work in that, and it's atmospheric, which I like. So the Rant Band guys, Bosch and Mastro, get to kind of show off their chops, which I like. And that was a great band to see live. Just the Way You Look Tonight, I like that song a lot too. It's like a sing-along melody, acoustic guitar driven, mandolin. I'm a sucker for Ian and mandolin, so I like that. And I like it's towards the end of the album. There's a song called "I Don't Know What You Want." I kind of forgot about this one. It's a duet actually with his son Jesse John, and I like the grinding blues lick, and I like the piano. There's kind of a throwback to the '50s with the wah oohs and ahs and stuff. And there's a great solo. So there's some pretty cool high points, and I do like that duet, which is neat. There's one oddity on it. It's a good song, but and he's done other songs about indigenous people, Indians. This one's called "Tashunk Witgo Crazy Horse." And he sings a song. It's a indigenous theme, but he's got this British, almost not Cockney, but Brit accent, and kind of like it amuses me because it reminds me of like if we had a guy from the Bronx or Chicago singing about Churchill or Henry VIII or Wellington or something. So it's just it's an odd, amusing thing for me, but it's a good song.
All right, cool. Yeah, if anybody in the chat can weigh in and give your rating, that'd be fantastic. What would you rate this record, Nick?
I would rate this, and I've said this on other episodes. Now we're going into that range, or like a solid grouping. This is a solid 8, could be an 8.5. It's a really good record. All songs written by Ian. Band's great. They're at cruising altitude. Love it. There's nothing not to like here.
Yeah, I totally agree. So, all right, When I'm President 2012, I find this record very witty. And, if you've been following the Ian Hunter series, you know that Ian Hunter is very witty. But it's, you get a mix of crunchy rockers and reflective ballads. And of course, Ian Hunter with lyrics, it's very sharp and on point. So this is consistent. And the thing about Ian Hunter, at least what I find with this whole task of doing this series, is that Ian is very consistent. Mm-hmm. There's no bad tracks, and it's always top-notch quality stuff. And even at this point in his career, we're in 2012, I find that it's totally intact. So tonight, the track we just played, When I'm President, I think this is an anthemic cut. It has a lot of that Ian Hunter attitude. When I listen to Ian Hunter, this is what I want. When I'm President, checks that box, so to speak. Some of the other cuts, Fatally Flawed. That's kind of like a snarling, distorted rocker. The guitars kind of clash, and it's totally full of fire and excitement and just energy. You mentioned Black Tears. That is all. I'm going to throw this out to you. Don't you think the solo on Black Tears is a little bit Mick Ronson-esque?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, Les Paul. I mean, I thought it had fire. I thought it had taste. It had taste and fire. I thought it was really a top shelf solo.
Yeah,
it stands out. You know what I mean? Like if a song and the guitar solo stands out, I think you got something.
I think so too. Let's see. What would I give this record? I better get my rating system all together up here so we know what we're doing. You gave it, what are you going to go with, an 8 or an 8.5?
I'm gonna go with an 8.5 for this one. How's that?
Yeah, that's fine. What did I say on my notes? I'm giving this an 8.5 as well. We are in the same ballpark. I think this is a fantastic record. 8.5 is top notch. Let me see what else everyone gave. Parish is going with an 8. Well, we're all pretty much on track. Anybody else? Bobo's coming in with an 8.5. Great minds think alike on this album, evidently. Ken has only heard the single. Okay. Another track? No, we're only playing one track tonight. 8. We got an 8. Well, geez. Do you think we know where this is going to end up?
Mhm.
We're coming up. Okay, here we go. Oh, ladies and gentlemen,
8.2.
we've got the Piper joining us, the Vinyl Piper.
Wow.
He is joining us tonight. Thank you, Piper. Thanks for joining in. We got an 8.2. Well, that brought us down. Thank you, Piper, for bringing the score down. Now we've got an 8 point. I'm going to go with an 8.3. Thank you, Ken. We're just trying to turn you on to stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, for this record, When I'm President, we're coming in with an 8.3. All right, perfect. We might blow through this pretty fast because we don't have the Parish just yapping it up.
Yep.
I'm just joking. Parish, we miss you. All right, next record. We're going to go with the album from 2016, Fingers Crossed. Now, this is an Ian Hunter album that he delivered. He was at 77 years old. We're going to play a track on here. Tonight's track we're going to listen to is That's When the Trouble Starts. Mm-hmm. So let's just go ahead and listen to it. Report in. We do want to hear from you in the chat what you think of it. Because we're just trying to keep it real, kids. So here we go. Let me change the graphics so we're all consistent. All right. That's When the Trouble Starts. All right. Ian Hunter and the Rant Band yet again. Here we go.
So easy, ain't nothing to it. Fast food, anyone can do it. You got your style on karaoke. I'm heading straight down the sewer of reality. You think you're cool, you think you're wicked. 50 shades of stupid. After you're 50, the minutes are fast. Look out! Here comes the hammer rain. That's when the trouble starts. That's when the trouble starts. Ego messing with your brain. That's when the trouble starts. That's when the trouble starts. Now trouble is your middle name. Soul, you got no passion. Who cares? It's going out of fashion. You got the gutter, you're taking up space. Pretty soon you're vanishing without a trace. The lowest common denominator. I'll see you later after you're 15 minutes of fame. The trouble stops, trouble gonna screw ya. That's when the trouble starts. That's when the trouble starts, and you ain't got a clue. That's when the trouble starts. That's when
we go. So far, we have got some scores coming in. We've got a 9.5, a 7.5, and an 8. Ladies and gentlemen, the Piper's weighing in. He likes this one a little bit more, and he's coming in with a 7.5. Yeah, Bobo said that Ian Hearn turned 77 in 2016. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah, 100, yes. When I'm President from 2012 is excellent. All right, thank you, D. Gunther. Ladies and gentlemen, B.M. Bold is here. I only know a couple of his early albums. All right, I'm going to throw this over to Nick. Nick, what's your thoughts on Fingers Crossed?
Again, you got the formula, got the Rant Band, hot off the road, whenever they play together, been playing for years. They're recording, which I love. You've got Andy York co-producing with Ian. You got that formula going. Ian knows what he can do. You got Ian in fine form writing songs. On this album, I find that the tracks are slightly stronger on the first half than compared to the second half of the album. That's me. It's a taste thing. The Trouble Starts, love it. That's a great opener. Cool guitar, Stonesy vibe. Love that. I like the song Dandy. To me, that's like a Mott track that could have been on any Mott the Hoople album. So, Ian gets to do that. So if you want to have a song compared to Mott the Hoople, that's fine because he was a main songwriter. So I also like the song Warehaus, which is an interesting song. Andy Burton's playing this, and I looked it up. It's a Vox organ, this pulsating beat.
Oh,
and it makes for a really cool song, just a little different, so rather than it being more Ian Americana, it's different. It's more like 60s Ian garage band, which I really enjoyed that. And then at the end, he does a song called Long Time. I must be a sucker for Ian Hunter and mandolins or something, whether it's I Wish I Was Your Mother or that track that we talked about on the last album. I just like him with the mandolin. It's another sing-along song, which I like. And this to me is Ronnie Lane, Slim Chance, The Faces, which is good. He inhabits that space, so it's great.
Agree. Yeah.
If you like The Faces and Ronnie Lane in particular, who is an unheralded guy in this area and developing a sound that everybody copies nowadays, he's the guy. So I liked it as a closer. So I do like the album. I think I don't know what it is with the second half of the album. And again, the closer I really like. I probably, if I gave the last one 8.5, I would give this one maybe a 7.5 or an 8. Let's say 8.
Okay.
I'm feeling charitable, but it's certainly not a slouch. There's no real clinkers on the album. It sounds good. There's great guitar. He's in fine voice. You keep mentioning it. The guy's like 77 years old and he still sounds good. One little side note: this album came out right before Fingers Crossed. It's a live album. It's the Rant Band live in the UK. Came out in 2015. On his first, he released it himself. It's interesting because I looked at it's JM Jesse John Music 001. Fingers Crossed, it's Jesse John Music CD 001. So Ian now is getting into releasing these on his own some, which is kind of cool because I don't think he did that in the past. It's always been licensed to another company or signed with another company, but this is a good album. Great representation of the Rant Band and highlights that last album that we talked about in 2009. Was it Man Overboard? So that came out in 2015. But anyway, I like the album. I think it's great. And, there's no drop off.
All right. So, all right, cool. Excellent. All right. My thoughts on this. Fingers crossed 2016. Yes, Ian is 77 on this record. And I think this is one of his strongest late period releases. Very literate. It's energetic. The thing about this release, kid, when I listen to this, I don't think that there's any, I don't detect any filler. I do not detect. You would think when you're doing something at 77, bless his soul, but I don't detect any filler. And I think this is Ian Hunter's storytelling at its best. The track that we played, that's When the Trouble Starts. I mean, it's kind of like a barroom opener, pure Rant Band energy. If you know anything about the Rant Band, it's a top-notch unit, and it really comes through strong here. People have already mentioned Dandy. I mean, that's an instant classic Bowie tribute. Little known fact, that was written the day he died. It's clever.
Oh, wow.
It's heartfelt.
Wow.
I think it's one of his smartest lyrics ever. We could have played it, but well, we didn't play it. Well, we're playing When the Trouble Starts. Anyway, Morpheus, dreamy. The crescendo in that track is fantastic. It's an emotional high, and I think I could have played that too. But whatever. I guess what I'm trying to say is that this record really is a gem. I'm going to rate it an 8.5. I mean, none of these records are perfect, but gee, many Christmas. Look at Paul McCartney, and then you look at Ian Hunter. I'm just saying. Ian Hunter at 77 is doing fantastic stuff, probably better than what Paul McCartney's doing. Ian Hunter at least still has a voice. I don't want to get too controversial. Hey, I'm glad McCartney's out there doing it. But Ian Hunter, vocally, the songwriting, I don't think he's really lost a step. I'm going to give this an 8.5.
He doesn't have to lean on other songwriters. It's basically him, or maybe if it's a co-write, it might be with Andy York or something. But it's all him. It's
impressive. Let's leave it at that. All right, so I've got everybody's score. Let's see what we've got. First record, we got an 8.3. This one's coming in as an 8.2. A little bit less, but really, it's a tie.
Yeah.
Thank you for agreeing. Jim, how are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. All right, kids, we'll go to the next record. Why don't we just play something right out of the gate? Geez, why am I even going to do an intro? I will say this. We're in 2023, and we did do a show on this. Nick and I did a show on this record. You might want to go back and check that out. But let's go ahead and play Defiance. This does have a couple of guest stars on it, as you can see. We're just trying to keep it real, kids, in the feel. So let's play this and we'll circle back around. And if you have a rating on this album, go ahead and give it to me. I will track it. All right, here we go.
F's on the windows, F's on the walls, there's F's on the ceiling, and F in the hall. Concrete's a gallery, paint everywhere, pictures of insolence, trailing the stairs. There's F's in the ladies, and F's in the gents. Defiance, defiance. Got an F all giving up, too much lip. Got an F all being tragically here. Got an F for squandering all damn golden years. But why would I wanna be engineered? Got an F all loitering with no intent. Defiance, 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 defiance. Too many winners out, discontent took no advice, gave no consent. Defiance, defiance. Just a little hostile. Got an F for music and an F for style. Got an F for being what I wasn't meant to be. I could have majored in reverse psychology. I guess I was guilty of innocence. Defiance, 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 defiance. slow burn. Defiance, defiance. When the whole world pulling you apart at the seams. Defiance, defiance, defiance. Defending a dream.
Oh yeah, fantastic. Gary says I got a fever, and the only prescription is more fuzz. It could be more fuzzy. I think Slash on here sounds fantastic. What's your thoughts on this whole album and track? You know what we're doing. Yeah. Go ahead, Nick.
Okay. I was waiting for something.
I
yeah,
know. Well, you know, I had a brain issue.
Yeah, I don't remember if this was a Contrarians episode or on your channel, but if you remember, John the Music.
I don't remember.
John the Music Nut was with us too, and I'll stand behind that review. It was pretty in depth. My feeling on it, and I mean, I just thought this was a shrewd concept. I mean, load it with big names in rock, friends mostly, allegedly. What's missing is the Rant band proper as a unit. There's guys scattered around on different tracks. So whether you think that's a good or bad thing or not, they're not here as a unit. So there's a lot of people, I think, recording remotely as opposed to in a room. Andy York that was producing, and that gives the sound, I think, a certain consistency. And of course, Ian wrote all the tracks, which also gives it consistency. And I think these songs are at a high level. I like the songs for the most part. If you recall in my review, I some of the people on here I really enjoyed, and some I just found that were curious choices, bordering on infuriating. And so that was the thing. And I couldn't look around and past some of these names on here. And I kept thinking about, well, couldn't he have gotten this guy? And what about this guy? And boy, I would have loved to hear that guy, which is not how I want to listen to an album. And that's my problem. But that's what I found myself doing. Now, on Defiance Part 2, see, Ian was listening to our review show.
Of course.
And he rectified it because we know he recorded this at 2 different times. But he rectified it and added some things and did some different things on the second one. But I did like the album overall, and I think I gave it an 8. I'll stand behind it. I love Bed of Roses with Ringo Starr. So period, exclamation point. It was fantastic. And Tony Shanahan, who plays with Patti Smith and is a Rant band alum, he has a phenomenal bass line. So if you're a bass player, that song's just really cool with the bass. So I love that. Pavlov's Dog I really like. I didn't really, not that I disrespect them, I just didn't know much about the DeLeo boys, and they kind of won my respect with their work on that track, and I thought it's a good one. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on me is your buddy Rundgren, and he put such a great Todd stamp on it. So he has my respect on that. There's like, oh, that's Rundgren on that tune. It's really cool with the vocals and some other things he does. So I really liked it because I was like, oh, that's Ian and Rundgren. That's why I really like. There's some personality in that track, which I thought was cool. And then the track Angel, besides having probably the best lineup with Brad Whitford and Waddy Wachtel and Duff McKagan and Taylor Hawkins, there's some slide work by Brad Whitford that is just really, really impressive. And it reminds everybody who the Secret Weapon was and is in Aerosmith. So that song was really strong for me. So I do like it. There's a couple quirky things that's on me. And we'll write to the names. Johnny Depp has no business being on this album. And Billy Bob Thornton sings, for God's sake. I mean, if he acted on the album, I could see it. But sings.
We couldn't see it if he acted on it.
Perfect.
Okay.
But that's sort of the stuff for me. I just can't, even now later on, I don't get it. Johnny Depp appears later on, does artwork. Maybe wrote a check. I don't know. Maybe he's behind.
I don't know. Maybe that's how you get on this record.
Maybe not. But again, I guess that's on me. There were other names that I felt could be on there, which in part 2 I think is partly rectified. But or I would have liked to see more guys from the Rant Band. So I like the album all, and the songs are very solid. Again, I'll stand behind my original review, which I think was an 8.
All right, fantastic. Don't forget, yes, he is aware of us doing this series. So say hello to Ian. I'm sure he'll see it. So keep that in mind. He is aware that we're doing this. Anyway, kids, what's my thoughts on this record? Defiance Part 1. Of course, this came out in 2023. My God, he's 83 here. You've got crunching wrists. We just heard a good example with Slash. You've got a lot of stars. Now, Nick's already given his thoughts on who should be on here and who shouldn't. I totally get it. If anybody remembers back in the day in the early 2000s when Carlos Santana did that record, this is kind of along the lines of that. I think that this record fares much better than the Carlos Santana because most of the people and acts that Carlos had on his record, I couldn't even imagine that Carlos would be hooking up. This record seems a little bit more believable. Bed of Roses, which was already mentioned by Nick, has Ringo Starr on it. Yeah, I can imagine Ringo Starr being on here. It's kind of a nice, earthy, Dylan flavored ballad. We notice how in previous shows on the Mott the Hoople shows how Ian you can tell he's a big Dylan fan. But Bed of Roses is such a great track. Another track that I liked on here. Well, I do like Defiance. That had Robert from Metallica, and of course Slash is on it. But man, the guitars, Slash always brings it. Always brings it. I think it's perfectly. I can imagine Ian Hunter working with Slash. I have no problem with that. I hate infectious piano-driven anti-hate anthem. It's simple. It's repetitive. But ladies and gentlemen, it is a track you cannot not sing along to. I think it's great. Nick, did you give us your score out of? You give this an 8?
Yeah, it's a solid 8.
I'm gonna even one up you.
Sure.
Ken, I don't know what's the googly eyes mean. Anyway, what would I give this record? I'm gonna give this a 9.
Good.
I don't remember what I originally gave it back in the day, but revisiting it and listening to it again, this is a fantastic record. At 83, listen to his vocals. The songwriter, what can I say? I'm like giddy. You get the idea. So, all right, let's look at this again. Let's review. When I'm President, we gave that record a 8.3. Fingers Crossed from 2016, we gave that an 8.2. This record, Defiance Part 1, what do we have? Whoa, kids, we've got an 8. I'm going to round it up. We have an 8.9 for this.
Mm-hmm.
Show me another 83-year-old that can produce something as good as this. Go ahead. I dare you. This is a fantastic record. All right, we're going to keep going. We're going to go to Defiance Part 2. Came out in 2024. Let's just play a track. You know how we're doing this. Let's just play it. Again, if you want to give me your scores for this record, please do. But we will continue on. And seriously, let us know what you think of this stuff. The track we are going to hear is People featuring, of course, I'm picking a track with Cheap Trick. Good Lord, of course. Cheap Trick and Joe Elliott from Def Leppard. All right. Here we go. Let me know what you think. We're going to do it. Keep it clean, everybody.
to whichever channel you're listening to. It's the battle for the hearts and minds, selling grown-ups nursery rhymes, and we fall for it every time, 'cause we're consumers of marketing. Marketing, marketing is everything, yeah. Division is a bad idea. You must believe everything that you hear. Remember when we used to laugh before they sold us in half? We need the laugh for decency. We need the right for the money and marketing. Marketing, marketing is everything, yeah. We know what people want. We know what people want. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. And I'm not 11. We know what people want. We know what people want. I said, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You make me wanna throw up, sticking out like a sore thumb. And now I have supervision, a karaoke one-man band. Hard to give that man a hand, 'cause he's working on his noble ground. And we're all living in Wonderland, Wonderland, Wonderland. Give that man a Clio. We know what people want. We know what people want. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're just giving us the finger. We know what people want. We know what people want. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. 'Cause we ain't on your medical. You're sitting on the sofa, watching ads for Ask Your Doctor. In between the fear and hate, we're gonna celebrate. And Madison Avenue is raking in the money and marketing. Marketing, marketing is everything, yeah. We know what people want. We know what people want. I say, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. It's amateur dramatics. We know what people want. We know what people want. I said, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You haven't got the funniest. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na
Oh yeah, that's definitely got cheap trick. That's definitely Rick Nielsen playing guitar. You can hear Robin on the background vocals. Freaking tastic. Nick, what's your thoughts on this record?
You know, this is sort of a oxymoron. I don't know what the term is. I don't know this album as well as the first part one, but I like it better. So I still need to kind of listen to it, even though it was released in 2024. I enjoy it. I like that Ian employs the rant band as a unit or more of the guys, which I enjoyed. I like some of the choices of musicians here, even though it also continues some of the same choices as the first album. So I do really enjoy that. And the songwriting, again, is very high level, top notch. Andy York, again, producing. So it's very good. This one seems, it's like slightly more seamless than the first album to me. So I enjoy that part about it. Some of the highlight tracks, definitely People, and West Coast Dave just mentioned it. I love the lyrics of that. Love the Cheap Trick Boys are on that track. It's a really, really solid one. It's one of the best. I also really like Third Rail with Jeff Beck, albeit Johnny Depp's on it, but still a great track. And Jeff Beck's work on this one and the last album was good. Whatever. But I like the Brian May track with Precious, another good one. And Brian May, such a connection to Mott the Hoople. That he was one of the names that I wish was on the first Defiance album. So he was made it on part 2, which is great because I thought he deserved a place because he's such a fan and they had a history together. I really enjoy What Would I Do Without You with Lucinda Williams. I'm a big Lucinda fan. I just saw Lucinda. She's in fine form, a bit limited physically because she had a stroke, but she's still a great performer, phenomenal experience live, and anything that she sings, I'm there with and support. And she's on 2 tracks here. So she sings a lead vocal and she does harmony vocal on Hope. So there's a lot of high points on this album, and I do like the way he integrates some of the players. One of the things I didn't mention the last time, one of my criticisms when I did the review, and it's still apparent here, I wish he would have incorporated some of the Mott guys into Defiance. Whether it was Luther, whether it was Morgan Fisher, who's still a beast on the keyboards. I don't know if Mick Ralphs was able to do it, but Mick, Verdon Allen, whomever, there's at least 4 guys that he could have chosen. So I thought that was a miss. And there's some other big names I thought he could have. But this is a very solid album. Joe Elliott et al., all those guys, it's really good. You can't go wrong. I'm going to give this one, even though I know it less than the first Defiance, I'm going to give it 8.5. And given the ratings, I need to listen to it more because I probably will feel more strongly that it's a 9. But it's a solid album. And, if he's working on Defiance 3, so, it's in the works. But, I thought this was going to be the final album. But this is certainly a great, it would have been a great coda, but there's still more on the way.
West Coast Dave's weighing in. I saw Beck and Johnny Depp ruined the last 3 songs. Where? On this? Live? Dave, give us some what are you talking about? Ralphs was in bad health then.
That's what I've learned now. He had the stroke and wasn't doing so well.
Well, the other thing is, I don't know how well Ian was on good terms with the band. He did quit.
They've been doing all these, all these reunion gigs. They did the Mott 74. He did that with Morgan and Luther, not too long ago. So I don't think there's bad terms there.
All right. So Dave saw him live in San Jose before Jeff Beck died. All right. Good enough. So you gave this an 8.5?
I'm going to give it 8.5, right?
All right. Part 2, Defiance Part 2. What's my thoughts on this? Well, this is a little bit, I would maybe say might be a little bit heavier record, but it's a little bit more politically edged than the previous record. Is that good or bad? I don't know. I don't like artists that really go political because I really don't give a crap on what they think. But that's all right. This record has a mix of rockers, ballads, strings, and of course, it seems like there's the guests just go on and on. But the thing is, let's look past the guests. Let's look past the strings. Let's look past of all the fairy dust on top. Ian Hunter, at this point in his career, is still at the peak of his powers. Track we just heard, People, featuring Cheap Trick and Joe Elliott. That was fist pumping, crunchy. I think it could have came out. Hell, it could have came out in the 80s. It would have fit in. It could have came out last week and it would fit in. The other song that Nick mentioned was Precious, with Brian May and Taylor Hawkins and Joe Elliott. What a great track. I should have picked that, but that's all right. We're good. soaring lead guitars. It's urgent sounding and it's celebratory. It's almost an anthem within itself. The other track I want to mention is The Third Rail as well. It features Jeff Beck, one of my all-time favorite guitar players. I could go into the Jeff Beck spiel, but I don't have to. This has kind of a chilling story, and Jeff Beck's solo on here at the final ending is dark and cinematic. One of the all-time greatest players of all time. You can quote me on that. But the Third Rail, fantastic. This is the thing. We've got all these records. All of these tracks, I'm going to go on a ledge. You can see they're witty, they're energetic.
Yeah.
You've got swagger on some, and you've got fresh defiance. This whole period in Ian Hunter's career is on fire. Even though you may look at this and think, oh, come on, really? He's in his 80s. This has not slowed Ian Hunter down at all. He sounds just great here as he ever did. So what would I give this record? I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. It's not perfect. Mm-hmm. It's not perfect, but it's pretty damn fantastic. So we're going to go with a 9. Let me see. People are probably chiming in. I can't give my spiel and look at the chat. Dave was, we're talking Rush.
Hey, while you're looking at the comments, there's a guy in here I was unfamiliar with, and I looked while we were playing the tune. His name's Dane Clark. He's been the drummer for Mellencamp for like the last 20, 30 years.
I thought that was what's his name? No,
Kenny Aronoff's been out of that band for a while, but
why is he out of the band? Do you know?
You check on YouTube. He tells us he's been interviewed about a bunch. There was stuff going on, and
I thought Kenny was in there. I'm not following Mellencamp, so I don't
know. No, but we mentioned it in prior episodes, but for others, Andy York, who graduated from Ian's band and is still a producer, is now Mellencamp's musical director and probably producer. So he utilized Dane Clark, who's a great drummer. That's why I wanted to highlight his work. Besides Taylor Hawkins, Dane Clark is on this. So good. Yeah. I wish there was more Steve Holley, but can't have everything.
Yeah, you can't have it all. Easy Buds is Sharon. My mom is 90 and still sings solo at church. My wife is 70 and still has her voice and sings solo at church. Well, what do they do? What do they do to keep their voice in check? Because Paul McCartney, I think, needs a vocal coach at this point. Well, I listened to some of Getty's stuff. Getty might need that too.
Oh, really?
Well,
he's getting up. I mean, those vocals.
He can't sing.
I know, but that's so tough. How do you sing that high? I mean, Robert Plant realized this 30 some years ago. For the most part,
Robert Plant embraced it.
Yeah, right. Well, he knew what he can do. He knew what his talents were.
The thing is with Rush and Getty's voice, I don't have a problem with it, but I'm singing some of these songs, and I'm going, is he singing in tune or?
Oh,
it always sounds like he's singing in the same key, and it's at the top of his range that he can produce now, and God knows if it's in tune or not. I don't. It just sounds questionable. I'm not trying to be an asshole.
No, but it's what you're observing, so.
But it just seems like every vocal that he's doing is in the same key, whether or not it's in that key. But it kind of works, but it just sounds like he just can't do it anymore.
Right.
It's almost like we should have dropped the tunings down to a proper key that he could have done.
Understood, right.
Carrie's coming in. Ian Hunter's later career is a lot like Johnny Cash's. I think this is Ian's best stuff. I cannot argue. This is some of the best Carrie for sure. They just practice. All right. Paul's voice is thin. What, Paul Stanley?
I think Paul McCartney. Maybe Paul.
When you say Paul's voice is thin, I think Paul Stanley.
Paul, you're thin. Thin is charitable.
Easy Buds is surrounded by songbirds. Yeah. West Coast Dave's coming in with something prolific. I only saw Getty on the Junos and he seemed good enough for me. Well, I'm not saying he's not. He could probably do some tracks, but go listen to some of the footage that the people shot.
Oh, okay.
And the whole damn concert's on there. I mean, it's not like you had to really go to the show. You can relive it on YouTube. But I don't know. He didn't sound too bad. He's had what? Almost 9 years of rest. He should be fine. Staying away from the spoilers as much as I can. All right. Poor Burton Cummings' voice is shot. Yeah, he's shot. All right. So there you go. Let's just review this. What did we get on this record? We got a 9.2.
Wow. Higher than the last album.
Higher than the last album. Defiance got a 9.2.
Okay.
Defiance 2 got a 9.2. Defiance 1 got an 8.7.
Wow.
The record before that got an 8.2. And the first album got an 8.3. So Ian Hunter seems to be getting better as he goes.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys all voted. The whole goal of this show is to turn people on to stuff. So hopefully you want to go out and check out these Ian Hunter releases, these post 2010 releases. In fact, just go check out all that you want. Anyway, fantastic. Nick, anything you want to add to this?
I mentioned it in passing. Maybe you know more about it, but I know
Maybe.
there's a Defiance Part 3 out there.
I have no idea.
Of all crazy names, Arlen Roth, guitar player, posted he just got done recording with Ian Hunter, which I thought was really from left field. Maybe they I don't know, play cards together or something. So I'm looking forward to it. So he's out there recording and writing, and we have something to look forward to later on this year.
I mean, do we know anybody else who's on this?
That's why I was asking you. I haven't heard anything.
No, I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah. So
Jim says this was a good show. I guess I'm going to believe him. Stephen Davis, his whole catalog kicks ass. Thank you, West Coast Dave. We're just trying to change music one note at a time here in the Warehouse.
I think if we looked at all the albums and we covered the whole gamut from the 70s right up to today, at least for my personal voting, everything I thought was worth listening to, almost everything was worth buying, except for one album, which was in the briny water, but certainly worth listening to. And I think I rated it a 6. And that was All the Good Ones Are Taken, which is funny because the title song, which is played twice on the album, is phenomenal. The rest of it I just thought was shit. But anybody, there's so many great starting points with Ian. You can start on different places. It's so solid. And we didn't even cover really the live albums. There's some really good live albums, really good ones out there. So
no, we're just primarily just studying the studio records.
Yeah, but you can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong. I mean, those are all fantastic too. All right, kids, we can wrap this dog up. I do want to thank Nick S Squire for coming on. We do miss the Parish because we love the Parish.
He's great.
He's fantastic.
He knows his onions.
He is not here, but we rallied and we did the whole damn hour. All right, kids, please like, subscribe. We do have a Patreon now if you want to support the channel that way. We much appreciate it. I'm trying to get things really rolling on there. I'm working on it, and it's a learning curve. Also, we have a Ko-fi. Buy us a pint or a cup of coffee if you want. If you don't want to do that, at least just leave a thumbs up and interact with everybody in the in the chat. It's a community here, so I do appreciate everybody. Nick S Squire, is there anything you're on coming up that you want to promote? Anything happening?
Slate is clean.
He's clean, right?
Well. No, I'm you know what? I'll talk to you off air. Doing a lot more music, playing out there. It's not me, but my identical twin cousin is out there playing bass now again. So
wow.
His name is Nick Bizarro.
Nick Bizarro's out on the road
out there. So it's not me, but but my identical twin cousins out there. So we just trotted the band out last week and recorded 15 tracks, blah, 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 blah. So that's the stuff that I've been working on lately.
All right. Awesome. All right. Well, we'll see. Well, what are we going to do? Well, we've reached the end of the Ian Hunter catalog. What do we do now?
Well, Parish had a couple great ideas. You might want to talk to if I participate. You might want to talk to him off air, but he had a couple good ones. There's some solid artists out there that don't get their due.
All right, well, we'll be back. We'll check in with the Parish. Hopefully, the Parish can be on the next show. But we'll be doing something. All right, so at least leave a like. We will see you, kids. Keep it clean, Rap the Rascal, and for goodness sakes, buckle up. All right.